Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I have tips and tricks videos on YouTube for Don't Starve Together. I have a Don't Starve Together guide that tells you how to get a full year in DST. Plus, of course, I also stream on Twitch TV every day, twice a day. So if you're ever looking to play with me, you can join up at any time. As we get in here, I'm going to show you something that a lot of people have been asking, and that is how to tell your worlds apart for when autumn is going to hit, when winter's going to hit, all the different seasons, and more. On the top right corner of your screen, you have your status meters. For example, how much hunger you have, how much HP you have, and of course, how much sanity. And this is what it normally looks like by default. It also has how many days you survived and how many days are in the world, plus when it's getting to nighttime and dusk as well. So you can kind of, somewhat guess, well, after X amount of days is when winter hits. But if you want to know more and you want to be able to kind of, tell when it's about to hit winter or when it's about to hit spring or summer without having to guess or at least keep track of the amount of numbers, because sometimes, they kind of can get a little bit tedious, especially if you're trying to survive. You can go ahead and download a mod called Combined Status. Lots of people play with this mod. It's definitely a mod that helps you. If you don't like playing with this mod, that's okay too, but this mod will help you display different things like your seasons, moon phases, and the temperature inside the server as well. So you can go to configurations, you can play around with all the options of what you want to see, what you don't want to see. I mean, it basically tells you everything that you've always wanted to know in a nutshell. Click apply, wait for your mod to load and authenticate, and then go back into the same world that we were just in. And as we get in here, you will see on the top right corner, multiple things have now changed. Now, once again, this is a complete option. This is not something that you have to have or need to have in order to play Don't Starve. It just helps you, especially because if you're trying to focus on surviving for especially the first time you're playing DST, you might not know when winter is about to hit. So this can kind of get you into the rhythm of knowing how many days you have left until winter, finally hits. So now when you look in the top right corner, everything's kind of nicely organized. You have your hunger, you have your sanity, you have your HP. You now have your temperature gauge, which tells you basically what your temperature of your character is. You also have everything here that you've seen before, the day in the server, the current like cycles. It also will tell you the moon cycles that are happening as well. And now you have your meter for your seasons. So it tells you have 20 days left until what? The next season starts. Then you hit into obviously winter, and then from winter goes into spring, and then spring into summer. Repeat. But now it's easier to tell. Now you can actually see that and say, okay, I have 20 days, 15 days, 10 days, 1 day left until winter hits. It'll help you hopefully be able to differentiate between the seasons and know exactly how long you have until to forage and get your things ready for the next season. And hopefully, you'll be able to tell your temperature too. So if your temperature starts to go down drastically, okay, I need to maybe get to a fire before I start to freeze. This is something that I don't look at too often, but it does help when it's there to know that your character is not going to freeze or not going to have any problems. And you can kind of just gauge that as well. So these are just little tips, these are just little optional things that you can enable on your Don't Starve Together worlds, and they obviously all match. So if you've ever played with, so I have a mod right now that shows like a different HUD, which I'm actually going to showcase in a new upcoming YouTube video. You can actually change the different HUDs around here, and the HUD actually changes here as well. So this is kind of, most of the modders that work hand in hand with each other tend to take into consideration that a lot of people use the combined status, and so they always mod in like the nice looking HUD around them as well. So there you go. So now you're able to kind of differentiate the seasons and know when one hits and how much longer you have until summer hits. For example, that is a big one that I know a lot of people ask me. They're like, I'm in spring and then all of a sudden it's summer and I never really how long that's going to happen. Well, you can go to the wiki and say, okay, there's 20 days of autumn, blah, 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 and know and kind of keep track yourself. But sometimes if you're getting attacked by a bunch of hounds every day, it's a lot to keep track of. So do yourself a favor, install the mod, see if you like it. Of course, it's entirely up to you and may or may not be something that you like. But if it is, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one where we showcase some HUDs, as I mentioned 2 minutes ago. As always, I stream every single day on Twitch TV, and I hope to see you guys on my stream hanging out, or you can join the Discord, and feel free to jump in and play DST with me anytime. I'm always looking to play with many people. I like to have a full server. I'm always lonely playing DST by myself, so it's nice to have new people joining in whenever they can. See you guys in the next video. Bye.